First loves are important, but they're not as important as lasts.
Get anything else now that I saw you?
Have you ever been in love?
Once.
I don't want to think of anything else now that I thought of you.
What was her name?
Really?
I loved him in a way that you can only really do the first time around. But that's the past. Jeremiah, he's my future. This is the way it's supposed to be. He's the one.
My mom believed anyone you loved was family. Anyone who loved you.
We're getting married. I'm sorry, what?
Did you know this? Oh.
Belly, honey, you two aren't ready for a commitment like this. You're talking about a lifetime.
Though I want to be with Belly for a lifetime. I can commit to that easy.
That is how I know you aren't ready.
Is everything okay?
How are we supposed to do this without both of our moms?
We'll figure it out. I got you.
You and Jeremiah are really lucky. You get to spend the rest of your life with a guy that you love. Not a lot of people can say that.
When I'm with Jer, everything is easier. But everywhere I go, there's a memory of Conrad.
Oh no, memory of Conrad. That's terrible.
Is it terrible?
It is terrible.
No.
My name's Todd Adams. I'm with Zen Parenting. Who are you?
This is Cathy Adams.
Welcome to our next podcast called The Gen X Literacy of the Summer I Turned Pretty. And sweetie, remind everybody what it is that Zen Parenting is.
Well, we are, what are we? We are Gen X.
Oh boy.
I forgot. I know, I got it. I wrote it down. Where Gen X culture meets real life reflection. Sometimes it just takes a minute to remember what we are.
Yes. I mean, we've only been doing this for a few months.
Well, it's kind of connects to what we're talking about because Belly is trying to figure out who she is.
Yes.
Just like we are trying to figure out our tagline.
One of these days we'll figure it out, sweetie.
We figured it out. I just got to memorize it.
Yes.
Got to put it up in the old brain.
So here's the deal. Cathy, have you been watching this since day one?
Correct.
Okay. And you read the books?
Correct. All three.
All right. And Todd, I'm going to refer myself
In third person.
Todd / Team Jeremiah watched some of season 3. And we are recording this and it is going to be released the day before the series finale.
Correct.
So we are going to sort of not spoil anything because we don't know what happens. But
even though Todd doesn't understand that we do know things, we just don't know how things are going to
well, this
feel
is the dangerous of we statements, sweetie.
Okay.
You're like, well, everybody knows this. Well, I don't know it.
Okay. So first of all, you're not Team Jeremiah. First of all, we got to talk about that. Or are you really? Like you have watched and you're like, I'm Team Jeremiah. That's like a real thing. Or you just like to be the contrarian to my Team Conrad. He was.
I'm glad they brought that into season 3.
You know, so Todd, so the girls have been watching forever, as have I. And every time we talk about it, Todd would just say Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah.
And then he had a bachelor party. Guess what they played?
Of course, you got to.
It was pretty good.
That would be the soundtrack of me if my name was Jeremiah.
That would be the soundtrack of you?
Yeah.
Yes. You know, there's this unfortunate thing where Todd's name is used in movies and TV as being the most annoying character.
That's true.
On the show.
And
we could...
Can you give me... Can you...
Wedding Crashers is the brother.
Yeah.
Who is the artist.
Yeah.
Who paints the picture for Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Obviously the thing you just did from Saturday Night Live, it was Gilda Radner and Bill Murray, and his name was Todd. What's another Todd? Is there a Todd in Animal House? No.
No. You said Wedding Crashers, right?
I did.
Yeah. Todd from Saturday Night Live, did you say?
I already said.
Sorry.
Are you not listening to me?
No, because I'm looking for a soundbite while you're talking.
Okay.
I can't find it. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, Todd is kind of the dweeb.
Yeah. And even if it's not a main character, it's like you'll be watching a movie and they'll be like, this is Todd from the Country Club. Oh, Todd from Trading Places.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know, Margot.
Exactly. And then Todd from Christmas Vacation. And
Margot. That's right. There we go.
So we have a lot of, so unfortunately, I love your name.
I don't.
You don't love it?
I don't. I love me, but I don't love my name.
You know something exciting for me as a Cathy with a C?
What's that?
Wuthering Heights, which is a book, old book. There are two characters, Cathy and Heathcliff.
Yep.
Cathy with a C. And they just did a movie with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. And so that name may make a comeback.
It needs some help.
I know my name, Cathy, kind of is in a box with like Judy, which is my mom's name, because I'm named after my mom's best friend. So it's kind of like from at that time.
Yeah.
And you know, those names, those like boomer names.
Todd, come on in.
You haven't even touched your food yet.
Scott.
A lot of Todd.
Yeah.
Actually, Todd is an amazing painter.
Todd, you are an amazing painter.
I am. So,
Okay, so-
if you've never watched the show or read the book, you're in good hands. It's okay.
Correct. There's not going to be any ruining, but we are going to be doing a deep dive, and here's why. So, as Todd said, you know, this is called the Gen X literacy of the summer I turned pretty. This is not just about the show on surface, because I know a lot of people may say, well, it's these are young adult novels, these are YA novels, and this is a show for teenagers or college kids or whatever. But I have found it to be a very interesting deep dive into like taking from other movies, taking from other books, like a big, what's the word I'm looking? It's not collaboration. Like they're pulling
Inspiration?
in there. This show is inspired by so many things from Gen X literature, and some of it's millennial, but a lot of Gen X movies. So I think it's interesting from that perspective. And of course, who doesn't love a good love triangle,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And Todd and I are going to do a lot of lists of like, here's the best love triangles. Here's the best,
I did 2 lists, and we're not going to do them right now. We're going to make people wait. But one is the best use of a song in a movie or a TV show.
and let me explain why we're doing that. This show does an extraordinary job of using music to tell the story.
Yeah.
Almost so on the nose, it's a little much.
Yeah.
Like where you're like, okay, we already kind of understood that, and you're just telling us again.
Almost
the
like
song.
they wrote around the song. Yeah.
Which they didn't, because the majority of it is Taylor Swift music. So they pulled from it. Again, Jenny Han, the author of the books, and she's also producing the show. She's inspired by it.
Yeah.
And then, so go ahead.
The other one that I did was top 5 love triangles in TV or movies.
Great.
So,
And then I also did a bunch of Easter eggs that people may know from Easter eggs, meaning things that are put into the show that we're supposed to catch to help propel the story, but also just for the people who love the books. It's like more information,
Yeah.
Enjoyment for the viewer. And I also think, again, this is going to more of our Zen parenting mentality. Do you have that music?
I do.
Close by.
I have it right here. Go ahead,
So
sweetie.
for those of you that are Zen parenting fans, which I'm assuming you are, there is also, this is an opportunity. And again, this is coming out the day before the finale, but a fun thing to talk to your kids about.
Yeah.
I am quite certain that if your daughter or maybe even son, see, I have girls, so I don't know if boys are watching this.
I'm guessing some boys are watching it, and the bros would never admit that they're watching it,
But they
they're
know
watching
it.
Yeah.
They understand the cultural literacy of it.
Yeah.
They know the Conrad and Jeremiah. Because, like, for example, we were at a couple weekends ago, we were in Iowa for the Iowa State University of Iowa game. And they do these kind of funny things where they call it hate week, and where they say bad things about each other.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was they spray paint things on sheets and then hang it outside their door. One of them said Iowa State is Team Jeremiah, which is
Sorry, that's from Field of Dreams.
is a rip on Iowa State, because they'd be Team Jeremiah. So obviously these guys know what this is.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's something to talk to your kids about. So that's kind of why we get interested in what our kids are interested in, is because it helps us have better conversations, communication.
All the
connection.
parents that, hold on real quick.
Is this heaven?
No way, man. This is Iowa.
Right. You already played that.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as that.
Okay, good.
For all the dads who are like, I can't connect with my kids, especially if you have daughters, watch the show. Done.
Watch
Done.
the show.
Just
Or
got
ask your
some-
kids questions about it.
Instead of saying, "How was your day at school?" saying, "What's going on with Jeremiah?"
Right. He's
What's
getting a
happening?
little snippy.
It's quite a conundrum those three are in.
That's all Todd said for like 3 months.
Yes.
Is every time we talk about it, he'd be like, it's quite a conundrum. So, like, do you know what the conundrum is?
No, I don't.
I know.
So can I set the scene real
Please.
quick in the way that I want to?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is I want to give everybody a short paragraph on each of the first 3 seasons.
Oh, that's lovely. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Real quick. Belly, she's our protagonist, I guess, or the main character.
Yes. And the first season is based off the book, The Summer I Turned Pretty, because the other 2 books are called something else.
Belly spends her summer at Cousins Beach with her mom, Laurel, brother, Stephen, and the Fisher family. That's Susanna, Conrad, and Jeremiah. Susanna's the mom.
Uh-huh.
And then Conrad and Jeremiah are brothers. Belly has long crushed on Conrad.
Yes.
But he's distant, while Jeremiah openly falls for her. She briefly dates Cam. Who's Cam?
Cam Cameron. It's just a guy that she starts dating.
But she's torn between the Fisher brothers. Amid parties, a debutante prep, and secrets, Belly kisses both Jeremiah and Conrad, culminating in Conrad dancing with her at the ball and their first real kiss.
Correct.
The season ends with the reveal of Susanna's cancer. Yes. Any holes you want to plug there?
No, I mean, I think that's a good overview. And I think, and we'll get into this more with Remember When and Random Facts, but a big part of this show, especially the first book, The Summer I Turned Pretty, is understanding that there is a history that these families have been getting together their entire lives. So Laurel and Susanna, the moms, are best friends from college. They have children and basically spend their lives together, especially every summer at this beach. This is Susanna's house. This is her beach. And so these kids have known each other and they've grown up together more like siblings. But then you know what happens, Todd, when, Belly shows up. Her name's Isabel, but they call her Belly. When she shows up that summer, she doesn't have glasses anymore.
Mm-mm.
Guess what?
She turns pretty.
She turns pretty. So now they're
like, what's her name from Brady Bunch?
Correct. Every movie.
I wish Nora was here. Nora would tell me who the character was on Brady Bunch that took off her glasses.
I know.
Any idea who it was?
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Okay.
Was it? I don't know.
Are you ready for season 2?
Sure. Go ahead.
Grief over Susanna's death intensifies the Fisher-Conklin family tensions. Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah fight to save the beloved cousin's summer house.
Yes.
From being sold. Love triangles flare as Belly rekindles feelings for both brothers while Jeremiah openly claims her heart. Key moments include Conrad's panic attacks.
Yes.
Jeremiah narrating his jealousy.
Yep.
And Belly realizing she still loves Conrad. The season's finale traps the 3 in a stormy motel where Belly chooses Jeremiah, leaving Conrad heartbroken. Okay,
so season 2 is based off the book It's Not Summer Without You, which is the second book. And it's not my favorite season of the 3, to be honest. It is like you said, they figure out Susanna dies, which is hard enough. And then they figure out that Adam, who is Susanna's ex-husband, is trying to sell the house. And that becomes the big thing. And Conrad is just one of those characters who thinks he needs to do everything on his own. So he's got all this information. He knew when Susanna was sick. He knew Susanna was going to die. He knew the house was going to be sold. But instead of asking people for help, he thinks he needs to do everything alone, which causes miscommunication and breakdown. Not quite like Three's Company miscommunication. That's a different kind of miscommunication. But miscommunication that makes Belly think Conrad doesn't love her.
Mm-hmm.
And all this, he doesn't tell her what's going on, and he's struggling with his own mental health. I mean, he's having panic attacks, etc. Yeah. It's a little Three's Company.
Come on, where are the words?
I'm not gonna do.
Little Three's Company act.
Tiny, but not funny.
Okay.
A little more serious. And so, it's the way they say it, there's so much more to it, because in this book, you actually get Jeremiah's viewpoint as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he does certain chapters, only a couple, and they're not that long, but you start to kind of hear how he's thinking. And you have to understand that Jeremiah is the younger brother. You have to understand that everyone's looked up to Conrad and thinks Conrad is amazing. Dad, Adam, has always, Todd, you'll understand, Conrad's the golden child.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah's always kind of gotten the shaft in that way, right? So he's interested in Belly too, but he knows that Belly has always loved Conrad. So he's more focused and intentional
Mhm.
about being with her. And Conrad then at the end kind of feels like, even though he does tell her, I want to be with you too, because of his own mental health and what he's got to do, he's like, you'd be better off with Jer. And I think Conrad, again, Three's Company, he sees them kissing at one point, and I think he assumes they care about each other. It's very it's miscommunication.
Are you ready for season 3?
Yes.
No, we haven't decided exactly. So we're just going to assume everybody's watched it up until the finale.
Right.
Okay. The story fast forwards to college years. Belly and Jeremiah are engaged after rocky trust issues, including Jer's spring break betrayal.
Yes.
The family disapproves while Stephen and
Lacey Barone.
while Stewie Newman.
Stewie Newman.
While Stephen and Taylor juggle messy romances of their own, wedding planning magnifies Belly's doubts as Conrad quietly supports her from the sidelines. At the bridal shower, Belly confuses details about Jer with Conrad, exposing where her heart still lies. By the finale, Jeremiah confronts her and she admits she still loves Conrad. Did she do that in the last, did she?
Yeah.
Okay, I forget. The wedding is called off. Belly departs for Paris and Conrad returns to California, marking a painful but hopeful reset. And that's where we are right now.
Yeah, so that book is called We'll Always Have Summer, and there's a few differences. Number one, in the book, Belly's only 18. She's a freshman in college. That's when she and Jeremiah decide to get married. In the show, they're 21. It's their fourth. Jeremiah should have graduated, but he's a fifth year, which his dad is not too excited about. And Belly's in her fourth year of college, so they're much older. And I think that's so they can get around the drinking and whatever.
Yeah.
Also, a really big thing is in the books, at least from my understanding, Belly is a virgin. She hasn't had sex with either of them. Where in
So who did she have sex with first?
Conrad.
Conrad first, and Conrad only once or a bunch of times?
I think they show us twice, but who knows, right? Like that's just what they're showing us. And then in the TV show, she has sex with both of them. Like and in the book, I don't think she is yet.
Got it.
I think it's more young adult because again, these books are YA.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
So they turn the volume up
A little bit.
on, you know, the audience.
And I think they were able to turn it up by making her 4 years older.
Yeah, they fast forward.
Yeah. So then she could be drinking, she could be having sex. You know, there was a little more like room to play with. The other thing that's different in the books and the show is that Taylor, who is Belly's best friend, and Stephen, who is Belly's brother, have a relationship that's pretty consistent. They break up a lot. There's this whole car accident thing that they do in season 3 that I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But their story is also a story that we're following. Whereas when you're reading the books, really they just have kind of a thing in the first book. Like it's not as big of a deal.
Right.
So they turn those characters into a bigger part.
Got it. Okay. So what else do you want to do for setting the scene?
I want to talk about that because we are Gen Xers, that I think it's interesting what's happening with the parents as well. Because we obviously watching it, yes, we can identify with our history and think about what we were doing at the age of the teenagers. You know, like we've been their age too. So we've all had those experiences. But we are also looking through the lens of being the parent of these kids. So that's Susanna and Laurel and Adam. And I can't remember Belly's dad's name, but I think it's interesting. It's funny because Cameron, my daughter, does not love those characters and she doesn't think their acting is really great.
That's ageism.
Yeah. And
She likes all the younger ones. She doesn't like the grown-ups.
well, and I don't know if she's giving a perspective that a lot of people have or if it's just her perspective, but I think their experience is interesting. And I like, for example, Susanna and Laurel, who have been best friends since college. And just a little information from the books that you may not know is that Laurel used to date Adam in college. And then she realized they would not be a good fit. So she said, you should go with Susanna. So she basically dates someone who then ends up being Susanna's husband and then the Fisher boys' dad, right? So there's so much overlap. Like their history is interesting too. And then what do you do when your best friend dies?
Yeah.
Right? You know, she ended up, because Susanna and Adam had already been divorced, you know, Laurel ended up taking care of Susanna and helping with the estate and being in charge of the trust and everything. And then also taking care of, feeling really committed to Susanna's children and then to taking care of Belly. And I just looked at it through a lens of, I think the adults are interesting too.
Yeah.
In the TV show, they also have Laurel, who that is Belly and Stephen's mom, that she is also divorced. But then in the TV show, they kind of start to hook up again, she and her ex-husband. So I just enjoyed their perspective as well, even though I don't think my daughters necessarily did.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for Remember When?
Let me just look through all the things. Let's see, talking about Taylor. Just as far as set the scene, and we'll go back to this, but there's just a few things like literary lineage that it's pulling from. It's got a lot of Jane Austen stuff in it, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, some great Gatsby stuff, especially about the summer, and it being such a big deal. And then this is the part that I think is so interesting and maybe why I like it so much. Todd, when I was Oh, you know what? Let's save this for Remember When.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go.
I remember when you couldn't
Wait to love me. Okay, what do you got?
So when I was much younger than my girls, I was more like 12, 13, 14. I was reading these books that were called Wildfire, and I think it was Caprice romances.
Okay.
And basically, you may remember them from the bookstore. I don't think you ever bought them, but they would have a picture of a girl.
Were they
on
in the
front.
Dungeons and Dragons section, sweetie? Because if they were in the D&D section, I read it.
No.
Okay.
They would have like a real photo or sometimes a drawn photo of a girl and a guy. And it would be like this, all the issues that they were going through. So it was like 80s young adult.
Yeah.
Okay. And like some of them were some of the ones that I loved. I had to look them up today before we came downstairs. A funny girl like me, beautiful girl, super flirt, just 16, dreams can come true. I've got a crush on you. The summer of the sky blue bikini. Oh my God.
Did you read these?
Yes, Todd. I didn't just read these. I read them and read them and read them. Okay, like
And
over and over again.
Were they appropriate or were they a little bit older than, or they?
No, they
it was
did
for
not
you?
have sex and stuff.
Okay.
Like sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, we were at a party and there was a beer," But they were, like I said, they were more like
It was before all of the chaos of the complicated teenage years.
It was the beginning. It was the 12, 13, 14, maybe even 11,
Yes.
Like where you're just pre-adolescent. You're kind of like, what's it like to like a, have a crush on somebody. And they were, as you could guess, they were completely heteronormative.
Yeah.
Like it was all about a girl liking a guy. Right. Yeah. And the guy was always someone like Conrad, like brooding and, just difficult.
Conrad a little like Dylan from
Absolutely.
Beverly Hills 90210.
Jeremiah is Brandon.
Okay.
And Conrad is Dylan.
Okay.
And the reason why that's good as an example is because Dylan's also a good guy.
Yeah.
But he's just more brooding and in pain and everything. Is that one of your love triangles?
No, because I'd never watched that show.
Oh.
But I know my friend Brian, whenever we bring up Dylan, what was his last name in the show?
Walsh.
Dylan, no, it's Brandon Walsh.
Oh, Dylan.
Okay. No.
Yes,
Oh,
that's it.
I mean,
Good memory.
He's always like cool and he's always like not smiling and he's like, let the bridges I burn light my way.
Right.
Is that a very Dylan type of statement?
I mean, I guess I don't even know what he means, but whatever.
Well, it means he doesn't give a shit about anybody else, and that's just gonna be how I
think about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'm thinking now, and they kind of had a love triangle a little bit because of Kelly. Because Kelly was with both of them, because Brenda was with Dylan, but Brenda and Brandon were brother and sister. So that couldn't be a love triangle.
Yeah, right.
But there was a little bit of that. So anyway, these Wildfire books that I was talking about, also Sweet Valley High, that was about the twin girls, and Sweet Valley High was a huge part of our lives in the 80s. And they had kind of the same, teen summers, first love, girl perspective. And so I think part of the reason, what they have found with The Summer I Turned Pretty, is that there's a lot of women 35 to 55 who are watching it.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of reason for that is because it just reminds us of what we read and what we enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's the same old stuff, but there's something Jenny Han is doing. She's the writer and the producer. She's doing just a little more than usual. There's more substance to it. You know what I mean?
I do. I just found a little clip between Brandon and Dylan talking, and I just want to hear their voices.
Sure.
May the bridges I burn light the way.
Oh my God, I found it.
Just found it.
The bridges I burn light the way.
Sure you want to do this?
May the bridges I burn light the way.
All right.
Does he just say that and that's it?
I don't know. Here's
She had the guts. She moved away to another continent just to get away from you.
Oh wow. Who are they talking about?
I don't
Dylan,
know.
at this point in time, I'm about the only friend you got. Are you sure you want to do this? May the bridges I burn light the way.
That's all he says in every episode.
I gotta like make that into a clip that I play every now and again. So, okay.
Okay, so more in Remember When.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, John Hughes movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got that vibe. Like, what do I mean by a John Hughes movie? You know, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Some Kind of Wonderful. They all have the same thing. They have the love triangle. They have the, you know, if it's not summer, it's like, you know, high school time, you know, what we're going through when we're starting our senior year or our junior year. It's just got that same feeling to it.
Sure.
So I think they're borrowing from the John Hughes movies. She's borrowing from Nicholas Sparks, you know, books and movies, The Notebook, A Walk to Remember. It's got that vibe. She's definitely borrowing from Grease, you know, Summer Love kind of stuff. Like everything that Sandy and Danny go through is in the summer, and then in the school year, they have to figure out how to keep it together. And really, all you have to do is get a leather outfit and a cigarette, and then you'll be okay.
That's all you need.
And then Gilmore Girls, like the way that they talk to each other, the mother-daughter relationship, the writing, it's got that like Gilmore Girls thing. And there's also like a lot of like, I've seen on social media how there's certain scenes that seem to be modeled directly after or directly from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a scene between Dean and Rory that looks just like a scene between Conrad and Belly. Like Jenny Han is dropping these things in.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you see it? Like I just noticed something the other day, something that somebody sent where remember the scene where Conrad cuts his leg on the you know, right? It's really kind of an intense scene between he and Belly.
Yeah.
The way they shoot it, the way they shoot his eyes, you know, like and his hair is dripping wet, is exactly how they shoot Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic when he's drawing Kate Winslet, where they just show his eyes and his hair.
Interesting.
And so, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So for someone like me, who loves that kind of pop culture, who doesn't want anyone to spoon feed me, I like to figure these things out. I like to, you know, or someone else spoon feeds me and I pretend that I, you know, like, oh yes, I see it too. But that's fun and it's smart because I think it gives it that layered feel where you're like, this is more than just what we're watching.
May the bridges I burn light the way.
I'm coming back.
I know you are. So
can I do my Remember When?
go ahead.
So when I think of being in my, I guess, early teenage years, 13 or 14,
Yes.
I certainly had crushes on girls, but I certainly wasn't going to do anything about it. And instead, I just wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons and wiffle ball. That's my Remember When.
Okay. So so when you say you weren't going to do anything about it, why?
Terrifying.
Like, I know, but Todd, like, how did you go through all of high school without wanting to like
I did
be with
want
a
to.
girl?
I did want to. I did
Okay.
want to. I just
Okay.
wasn't, there was too much scariness about it.
Okay, the scariness. You got to elaborate.
Fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection. Okay.
Just having the courage. Like, I remember, God, I didn't even know. Because I went to an all boys high school, so I didn't have a lot of practice, I guess.
Okay, that's true.
So that didn't help because we had to like step outside of our natural environment to ask a girl out on a date or whatever. So it
Right.
just wasn't my thing. Plus, I had a lot of baggage with my parents, and I thought it just wasn't comfortable admitting I had a girlfriend because I thought for some reason it was a problem if I did.
Have you told your parents about me?
Have I ever?
Yeah. Do
Well,
they know about me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're at the wedding.
Okay,
sweetie.
good,
So
good,
they
good.
are aware.
Good. Was that scary when you told them about me?
I don't remember exactly how or when. So sorry about that.
So I try with Todd because I am like a young love appreciator and I read all these Wildfire books and I watched all the John Hughes movies. I try and pull more information from Todd about what he used to think about if like when he saw me or, you know, what do you remember about this? Or do you remember what was happening or why you asked me out? And he'll be like, nope, don't remember. It's like, I kind of want you to a little bit.
I know. I gotta go back in time and revisit that and really engage it so that I can recall with clarity, but I simply don't.
I know. I'm just going to assume you were very present.
Yeah, I was in the moment.
Okay.
I wasn't doing my, let's take a picture of this so I can revisit it in 30 years.
Yes. Well, okay, that's fine. So let's
May
talk
the bridges I burn light the way.
let's talk about makeover scenes. Let's talk about a few of those, like 3 movies that they do big makeovers. And I know Belly doesn't get a makeover per se,
Yeah.
but she does show up and look different, okay? Because she takes off her glasses, she looks older, she looks more like a woman, all that kind of stuff. And they really focus on that a lot in The Summer I Turned Pretty, because she starts to recognize she's getting attention not just from Jeremiah and Conrad, but this guy Cam Cameron. That's what Jeremiah calls him.
Yeah.
And she's starting to have experiences where she's like, wow, I'm attractive to
Yeah.
people.
Do they like try to make her look not so attractive in the early days?
The early days, she has braces,
Yeah, they
she has
do all that.
glasses, she's wearing like kid outfits, she just looks young.
Yeah.
But have you seen the movie She's All That?
I think so. Who's in that?
Gosh, Rachel something. I think Freddie Prinze Jr. But anyway, there's a big scene where she walks down the stairs and she takes off her glasses.
Yeah.
And that's a whole thing. The Princess Diaries, that's what's her name? Anne Hathaway. She goes from being like really frizzy haired and unattractive, as if Anne Hathaway could ever be that way, to being a princess.
Yeah.
Clueless. Not Cher, but Ty. Remember,
Okay.
they give Ty a big makeover. And so, Andy in Pretty in Pink, when she comes out in the prom dress she made,
Yeah.
which people nowadays are kind of like, do we like that prom dress?
Yeah.
Do you like Andy's prom dress?
The pink one?
Yeah, that she put together a bunch of different dresses and made it.
I just wanted to make sure they didn't break me. That's what she said.
That's what she just.
I thought it was brave. Let's say that her prom dress was brave. Remember the part where she's thinking about making it into a headband?
She takes that bow and she's like,
Yeah, not
and
so.
we're all like, oh, good.
Yeah.
So glad you didn't do that. So it's lots of, influences there of makeover scenes, a lot of it being Gen X stuff. Obviously, we already talked about this. Are you going to play something?
Well, I found the Brady Bunch lady.
Todd, that was like 30 minutes ago.
I know, but
Okay, go ahead and play the Brady Bunch lady.
I don't know if there's a good sound clip, but she's just.
Would you care for a snack before you start, Molly?
Molly.
No, thank you, ma'am.
Molly Weber.
Molly.
Make yourself at home.
It's totally shy, reserved, shut down. And she's like all covered up and got these big thick glasses on, and her hair is like pulled back and all that. So, anyways,
Nora would have known Molly.
yes, she would. Molly Weber is her name.
And then a few others. Grease. We already talked about. Sandy does this big transformation and she becomes really hot. And then the two that are much older, but that Jenny Han is definitely pulling from, is Sabrina. Do you remember the movie Sabrina? They redid it in the 90s, but not as well.
Negative.
She comes back from Paris and she's completely different. And I think it's Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, wow.
And
You old Pope.
who's no, that's Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking about the very elegant Audrey Hepburn, the loons. And then what was the guy from Casablanca? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
forgetting his name. Casablanca guy. Just look up Sabrina, because my brain has too many things that I want to say, so I can't come up with his name. And their poster for The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3, they actually used a pose that is identical to the Sabrina poster.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're obviously pulling from Sabrina. She's torn between two guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then My Fair Lady, Eliza Doolittle gets all this training, debutante ball, all that kind of stuff, just like Belly. So again, pulling.
Yep.
Now, did you look up Sabrina and who was in it? Because
No.
I asked you to.
Still trying to find you old poop. You old Pope. So what's the name of the movie? Sabrina?
Yes, I just want you to tell me his name, because I'm gonna go crazy, because it's
What decade is this movie?
just put in Sabrina movie,
Okay.
and it will tell you Audrey Hepburn
Got it.
and who else? Who are the two guys?
It's pulling up.
Okay.
The internet is a little slow.
It is. Is that why?
Julia Ormond?
That's the more new one with
Okay.
Harrison Ford.
Doesn't say who the guy is.
My God,
Sorry.
Todd, you need to say something while I look this up, because it's going to drive me crazy. And people who are listening right now know who it is. And
Is it Spencer Tracy?
he's one of them. And the other one is,
Dick Clark?
like,
Chewbacca?
no.
Yoda, perhaps?
No, it's him. It's this guy. It's Humphrey Bogart.
Bogey.
Oh God, that took forever. That was painful.
That's my guy.
That was so painful. My Aunt Peg would be so upset with me.
Yes.
Because, you know.
Is he the guy that says, here's looking at you, kid?
He is. Well, I don't think he says it. It's the piano player who says it.
Oh.
I think that's a misunderstanding.
Oh.
But it's from Casablanca. But so anyway.
One on like an old movie like Casablanca. I've never seen Casablanca.
Really?
Never seen it.
Okay. So one last thing.
He's looking at you, kid.
Or maybe that is Humphrey Bogart.
That's Humphrey for sure.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Got it. He's looking at you, kid.
What does that mean? Here's looking at you, kid. Like he's toasting?
Yeah. Here's you're beautiful. Yeah. I look at you.
Sweetie, next time I'm drinking Red Bull vodkas and you're drinking Aspire and vodka, I'm going to say, here's looking at you, kid.
Okay. And I'll know it's referencing Humphrey Bogart.
That's right.
And I'll pull up his name much easier than I just did. Okay. Last thing. This should probably all go into random facts, but it's under Remember When because it's so important to me.
Okay.
Okay. The TV miniseries, The Thornbirds.
Okay. Never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Oh my God. Do you know how important that show was to me? Again, probably another reason why I love The Summer I Turned Pretty. Nobody has referenced The Thornbirds in The Summer I Turned Pretty because it's about a woman who's in love with a priest. Okay. So it's a little different, but it has that similar thing that Maggie, so Father de Bricassar is very helpful to this family that, you know, they live in Australia or whatever. And there's a little girl that he takes care of because she's the only daughter and nobody cares about her. So the boys are loved by the mom and dad, but nobody cares about the girl. So this priest loves her as a little girl. Well, guess what? She grows up. And then there is this scene at this party that her family has where Maggie walks down the stairs and she's in this beautiful pink dress and she's so beautiful. And Father de Bricassar is like, oh my God. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and she loves him for sure, even though it's a little weird because he was like a father figure, you know, it's not really great, but he wants to treat her like a child, but now he can't. So again, you know, it's got that she adored him just like Belly adored Conrad, all that kind of stuff. But he's a priest, you know. So, but what ends up happening is there is somewhat of a love triangle between Maggie and this guy she marries named Luke, who is played by the guy from Cocktail.
Hoglin's Law.
Hoglin.
Anything else is always something better.
Yeah. And Rachel Ward and that guy, Brian, whatever, they end up getting married in real life after the Thornbird.
Oh, that's sweet.
A little pop culture. So, but she marries Luke and she has 2 kids named Justine and Dane. And the reason why I'm saying that is those were 2 names that I suggested for our children. And
Justine
you said no.
And Dane?
We didn't have any sons, but it was
Dane Cook. No.
I know, but I really liked those names.
Justine's not too bad. I'd go for Justine.
That's what I wanted to name Cameron.
No, I didn't want to go the J.
You didn't want to do another J. So anyway, but I got them from the Thornbirds. So then there is, you know, she's in the triangle. She's married to Luke. She loves Father. Luke is abusive though, so he's bad. But anyway, so I just felt it was very like Thornbird-esque and the whole Maggie glow up, just like, you know, Belly. And
I'm always scared to play the soundbite.
Stay on target.
Anybody who likes the Thornbirds enjoyed that.
I think
2 minutes.
people like your weird references. I honestly think it's fine. I think it's a good part of the show, but I just can't not.
Well, for me, as again, this being a Gen X reflection on
Yeah,
stuff
that's
we
what we're
turned
talking
pretty,
about.
This
That's the whole point.
This is what it reminds me
If we're just
of.
talking about Conrad, Jeremiah, and Belly, it's like, that's a snooze fest. Let's
Snooze
talk
fest.
about Coughlin's Law.
Let's talk about Cocktail.
Are we ready to go to random facts?
We're ready.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
I got nothing for random facts.
Okay, so this is going to be a fun part. I think you'll appreciate this. Okay, so I was already talking about those are all the things that inspired, right? We've already talked about that and Remember When. Now let's talk about some things that are really interesting in the show to look out for. Okay, Conrad. He is represented by the color red and by the ocean. Okay, so if you watch the show, when she is thinking about Conrad, she tends to wear red.
Oh, okay.
When she is with Jeremiah, his color is blue, and he is represented by the pool.
Oh,
Okay.
So a little bit less deep.
Correct.
Because an ocean is deeper than a pool.
So now think about the show.
Okay.
And where do she and Conrad have all their conversations?
The beach.
in the ocean. Where do she and Jeremiah have
like
all
that.
of their
And
conversations?
pool.
In the pool. So the pool is safer. It's fun.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
It's home.
Yeah.
Right? The ocean is more mysterious.
Yeah.
It's vast. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. And then plus there are a lot of scenes where Belly is wearing purple, which is the mixture of the blue and the red.
Interesting.
She's conflicted.
Okay.
You know, like there's a scene in season 3, I'll just throw that one out right now, where she's wearing this like swimsuit, this bikini that is both purple and red. And then Jeremiah hands her a towel that is purple and red because Conrad is
You
home.
mean blue and red?
I'm sorry,
that's
blue
okay.
and red.
Yeah, okay.
So she's wearing, and actually there's purple in it too, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
blue
that's
and red
kind of
and
cool.
purple.
I could have watched that show for 10 years and not figured that out.
Right. And so that in itself, you know, if you go back and watch it right now, you'd be like, oh, she and Jeremiah, like Jeremiah and Belly's first kiss is in the pool. The first time they hold hands, the first time he tells her he cares about her, all in the pool. The first time she kisses Conrad is on the beach. The first time they have that deep talk where he says, I love you. All their connection is in the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of a fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
Right.
Good.
So anyway, so that's some depth. Now let's do the top 10 love triangles in pop culture.
I didn't do 10. I think I only did 5, but that's okay.
I'm going to let you go first and then I'll fill it in. So start with number 5. Do you have a drum roll?
I do have a drum roll, and it is, where is my drum roll? I need to put it on a different board. And which one are we? We're doing love triangles?
Top 10 love triangles in pop culture. So random facts around love triangles. So I have 10, you have 5. So you do your 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6.
Okay.
I'm going to start with number 6.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think I'm going to be kind of weak in this whole category, but I'm going to say it anyways. Katniss, Peeta, and Gale.
No, that's great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's on my list.
That's from Hunger Games, everybody.
And Todd says he's Team Gale and he's not.
Yes, I'm Team Gale, just so everybody knows. Then we got a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and throw in Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah at number 5.
Well, Avi.
Because I've only seen a little bit of it.
Okay.
Then I'm heading on over to the Dracula movies that you like so much.
Which can you say what they're called?
Twilight.
Okay.
And that's Bella, Edward, and Jacob.
Correct.
And then I'm heading on over to Dawson's Creek.
Okay, great.
We got Joey, Pacey, and Dawson.
Yes.
And
And are you a Dawson or a Pacey person?
I never really watched that show. But I'll tell you something. I think she was with Dawson in the beginning and she finished with Pacey.
Correct.
Right.
I'm a Pacey person.
Aren't most people?
I think so, but you seem to be like the
contrarian.
Yeah.
I always go the other way.
Yes.
It's just it's boring to say you're Team Conrad. Everybody said. Now I'm heading on over to Pretty in Pink.
Okay.
We got Andy, Ducky, and Blaine.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
And then I think I only have one more, and it's Carrie, Big, and Aiden.
I know. And Todd is an Aiden person.
Oh, I'm a big time Aiden
Even
person.
though if you would have watched and just like that, you might have dumped Aiden.
Yes, I'm glad I didn't watch that because I don't like it when people mess with my guy.
Yeah, I understand why you liked Aiden, but I think, well, we'll talk about Sex in the City at
Can I
another
just
time.
play a little bit of clip?
Sure.
You're right. He's not like the others. If you don't go to him now, I'm never going to take you to another prom ever again. You hear me?
Quick random fact. I always want to call him Kevin. Andrew McCarthy looks like an idiot in that scene because he's wearing a wig.
He sure is.
Because they shaved his head because
Not they, but the other place.
Well, yeah, he was doing a different movie and they had to reshoot that scene because they realized it would have been better with Andy going with Blaine.
So, test audiences did not like that Andy ended up with Ducky because she and John Cryer had a good friendship thing going on, but nobody found romantic chemistry. And a little deeper cut is that Robert Downey Jr. was supposed to play Ducky. So we may have been more into their love affair, but because they didn't really have that chemistry, they reshot that end scene. And like Todd said, Blaine looks a little wigged up.
Now I'm heading over to Twilight and there's a scene where Belly's in a tent and it's cold.
Belly or Bella?
Sorry, Bella, same thing. She's so cold. And then the werewolf guy.
Freezing, Bella. Relax. You'll warm up soon.
You'll warm up.
Faster if you took your clothes off.
Oh,
Jacob.
let's.
Have a one-on-one.
Yeah, duh. And we know what team you were on, sweetie.
Duh. Edward.
I think Edward is one of your favorite romantic male leads of all time.
Correct.
True or not true?
Correct. I have an Edward doll in our bathroom.
That's awesome.
He's a figure. He's
and-
a action figure.
And then just a little bit of Dawson.
All that matters right now is what you want.
That's all.
You don't know what I want, Dawson.
Yes, you do. You want him.
Oh, Dawson.
You want him like I want you. You love him like I love you. The difference is he loves you back the same way.
Oh, well, that's good math right there.
Good. So let me finish with mine, okay?
Okay.
My
I was going to play a part with Carrie, Big, and Aiden, but that's all right. I'll cue it up.
cue it up, and after I'm done with mine, because you did 5 and I have 10. The ones that you were missing were Archie and Betty and Veronica. Love triangle.
What about Jughead?
I have was Jughead with Betty and Veronica? The
Are you talking about Riverdale? Or are you talking?
I'm talking about Archie comics.
Archie comics. That's good.
Riverdale.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be
Okay,
Riverdale.
I read Archie religiously, and you're right. Jughead, I don't think he had much sexual drive, but Archie and
Betty was like
Veronica.
wholesome, and
Yeah.
then Veronica was glamorous.
Yes.
You know.
That's a good one. I like
Okay.
that one.
I'm gonna do Gone with the Wind. I'm gonna do Scarlet, Ashley, and Rhett.
Okay. I gotta watch that movie.
Oh God, Todd.
I've been busy for the last 54
Okay.
years.
I'm gonna do back to Jane Austen and do Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth, Darcy, and Wickham.
Okay.
Okay, so that's pretty big. And then based off of, we all know that the Bridget Jones Diaries or Bridget Jones Diary was like inspired by Jane Austen and Pride and Prejudice, right? And so for her, it was Bridget, Mark Darcy, and Daniel Cleaver.
Okay.
That was Hugh Grant and Colin Firth.
Okay.
So that's another one. And then Vampire Diaries, but I didn't watch it. So I feel like I'm a poser doing that one. And then that's it. Those are the love triangles.
Oh, and did you have Aiden?
I did, but I didn't reread what you read.
I got it.
Aiden Shaw.
Hey, wow, great stuff. Oh, thanks, man. Oak? Actually, it's mostly maple.
There we were. Mostly maple and incredibly uncomfortable.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, I love Aiden.
So that scene right there.
Yeah.
I remember that episode, and I read in Entertainment Weekly that Sarah Jessica Parker was like, we have to be so creative when we have to introduce Big to anyone, because nobody knew Big's name.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So when Aiden says, but I didn't get your name.
Yeah.
To keep them from having to say his name, she spills coffee.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Remember, so they get distracted because we don't know Big's name until the very last episode of Sex and the City.
And which is great. She looks it up on her phone.
And there it is.
There it is. That was fun. I liked going down that memory lane of love triangles.
Okay, so can I say one more thing?
Sure, babe.
About the difference between those love triangles and 80s love triangles.
Sure.
We've mentioned some of them,
Okay.
but I'll just go 6 to 1. Okay. Number 6, this is a weird love triangle, but it kind of is.
Okay.
In Say Anything,
Uh-huh.
Lloyd
Oh, yeah. And the dad.
For
sure.
And Diane.
Yeah.
Because she's pulled between the two of them, even though one is her father and one is romantic. Number 5, this is also kind of weird, but just hear me out. Sloane, Ferris, and Cameron.
A little bit. I'm okay with that.
Okay, it's not a direct triangle, but there's kind of undertones, like, who's being pulled where. Number 4, this is totally random. Dirty Dancing, Baby, Johnny, and Robbie.
Who's Robbie?
Robbie's the one who ends up getting Penny pregnant, but he also like asks Baby out.
Huh.
Remember?
Yeah.
They want her. No, that's not right. I think Robbie's with Lisa.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so forget that one. No one.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Hell no.
So forget that one. I just crossed it out. Number 3, Samantha, Jake, and Farmer Ted. 16 Candles.
Samantha, Jake. Okay. All right.
Like Farmer Ted wants to be with her.
Yeah.
And she gives him her underwear.
No, Samantha likes Jake. Farmer Ted likes Samantha,
Samantha.
and Jake likes Samantha.
Right. So it's not a perfect triangle, but do you see how
It's the same as Pacey, Joey, and Dawson.
A little bit.
2 people love each other, Pacey and Joey, Samantha and Jake, and then you get these outsiders like Farmer Ted and Dawson.
Kind of, but I think the difference with Dawson's Creek is that Pacey always loved, or excuse me, what's her name?
Pacey, Joey.
Joey always loved Dawson. So the show begins with Joey and Dawson's kind of aloof, and Joey loves Dawson.
Yeah.
So she shifts.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. So it's kind of her love
for sure
triangle. You know what I mean?
Well, and there's something easy about liking your buddy's girlfriend because there's no pressure.
That's the Cameron Ferris Sloan thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think Cameron likes Sloan. Do you?
Well, I mean, maybe not.
I mean, I'm guessing he's physically attracted to her, but I don't know if he really wants to if they were dating, I don't think he would choose.
It could just be best friends. I believe in platonic stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, it is easy. Like, for example, in Love Actually, remember the 2 best friends, it begins with a wedding, and the best friend loves Keira Knightley.
Oh, yeah.
And he brings her,
that's
he
good.
tells her that he loves her. Okay, the last 2 are
that movie.
Yes, great movie. Keith, Amanda, and Watts in Some Kind of Wonderful.
That's so good. That's just such a dumb movie. I've watched it a million. It's a dumb movie.
It's Pretty in Pink. We already talked about this.
Yes.
It's the exact same thing as Pretty in Pink, but Keith ends up with Watts.
Yes,
okay. And then number 1, you already said Andy, Blaine, and Ducky.
That's
so those are all the 80s. So this love triangle thing, it's not new.
No.
It's not new.
It's as old as something that's really old, sweetie.
And so, Todd, this is the last thing I'll say. If you're a Conrad girl, which I am, you're an Edward Cullen girl.
Yeah.
You're a Pacey Witter girl.
Yeah.
You're a Mr. Darcy girl.
Yeah.
You're a Jess Mariano girl. I think before I said Dean and
I was going to correct you, but I decided.
And I think I meant Jess. So anyone who's a Gilmore Girls fan, I'm sorry I said Dean, I meant Jess. You are a Noah Calhoun girl. That's The Notebook. So that's Ryan Gosling. Remember in The Notebook?
Well, who's the third wheel?
That's James Marsden.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I got to watch that movie again.
If you're a Conrad girl, you're also a Rhett Butler girl. See, it's all kind of the same vibe.
I mean, there's the one that is the most attractive, not just physically, but there's an obvious heart-centered choice.
Correct. And then there's the safer choice. Like in The Notebook, it would have been easier for her to be with James Marsden. He was safe. He had money. It would have kept her connected to her family. She could have had all these things she wanted, but she didn't love him. She loved Noah.
Is James Marsden the guy that was in the Jury Duty TV show?
Correct. Yes.
Oh my God, I love that guy.
And he was in Enchanted.
If you guys want to laugh, what was the name of that documentary?
Jury Duty.
Is it called Jury Duty? Just dial it up. It's awesome.
Yeah.
On Amazon, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's really good. And he's in Paradise right now.
Yeah.
And I think he got nominated for an Emmy.
Good. So I like that dude.
Speaking of, sorry, just a little side note, just between Todd and I, just pretend you guys keep yourselves busy for a second. In Hacks, Julianne Nichols, who plays Dance Mom.
Oh, yeah.
She won an Emmy last night. Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Because they do these Emmys before the Emmy.
Yeah.
And she won. Yeah, the pre-Emmys.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. So, WTF, you ready?
Let's do that. Let me head over here.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
What do you got?
Okay. So I'm going to kind of go back to all the cool symbolism or things that we're supposed to catch. So this is where I'm going to talk about under WTF, all the Easter eggs. So Todd, did you see the episode where Conrad and Belly are in Cousins for Christmas and they're not supposed to be there together? And she ends up not telling Jeremiah that she's there, which is why he gets mad, goes to Cabo, and then sleeps with Lacey Barone.
Didn't watch any of that.
Okay. So she is in, so at Christmas time, she and Conrad are there. At Cousins, he leaves early and she looks at a crossword puzzle where he left a note. And if you look at the crossword puzzle, one of the clues is P.S. I love you, which is should be the word still, which is one of Jenny Han's other books. So that's one of the clues.
Oh, nice.
And also, when they pull back from the
camera.
paper,
yeah,
you can see the paper, it makes the infinity symbol, which is that's the symbol between Conrad and Belly.
Oh.
Okay. So also Belly in her dorm room at college, she has a Bye Bye Birdie poster, which is a movie that she used to watch with her mom all the time. It's a musical. And the namesake in Bye Bye Birdie is Conrad Birdie. Okay, so again, another connection. And then she also has a Sabrina poster, which we've already talked about, is Spencer Tracy, Audrey Hepburn, and Humphrey Bogart. I pulled it up.
You got it. Good job, babe.
Okay, so we already talked about the red and blue symbolism, right? So you already got that.
Yeah.
They're whatever she's wearing. The infinity crossword, we already got that. There's some really deep cut, like for example, when she's shopping for a wedding dress, when Belly's shopping for a wedding dress, she's getting married to Jeremiah. She runs across a lavender dress and she kind of stops on it because she wore a lavender dress to prom and Conrad took her to prom, but that's when they broke up. And there's also this is a really deep cut. I did not see this in a restaurant that she's in. There's advertising a band. It's called Polar Bear Blues Band.
Okay.
And it's in the background. And there's this polar bear connection between Belly and Conrad because he won her a bear at the fair.
All right.
I would have never found that. Somebody else found that, but that's a deep cut.
Okay. Beautiful.
Let's see. So just real quick about Jenny Han, because I think she's the writer and obviously the producer, as I've said a million times. She was born in 1980, so she's a Gen Xer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably
late Gen
a late
Xer.
Gen Xer. Yeah.
So that's, shapes a lot of her storytelling DNA. So, or, younger, or I should say older millennials and Gen X. It's right on that cusp. So, I don't really want to talk about her anymore.
I don't want to talk about my flair, sweetie.
I don't want to talk about my flair. Okay, but I will say this. The reason I brought this up, I'm reading my notes and why I wrote this down, is because some of the music she uses, I know we've already talked about that in the show. She uses so much Taylor Swift, but she also uses so much Gen X music. Like in the first scene when Belly shows up at Cousins, she plays Kids in America by Kim Wilde, which is like a total Gen X song, which makes me laugh so hard because every time it comes on, I always say to whoever I'm with, we were those kids.
Yeah.
And I'm 54. Like, do you know that song?
No.
Do you want to pull it up?
What's the name of it?
Kids in America by Kim Wilde.
In America. I can do that. Kids. Beginning, middle, doesn't matter.
It doesn't, just kind of go into the middle.
And I probably heard of it.
Of course you have.
Don't know. Let's see what happens here.
Good boy, don't take on your watch, not another glance. I'm not leaving.
Just screams 80s music.
I know. And so that's what I mean. It like sets the tone. We're the kids in America, right? Right now in this time, these are the kids we're looking at.
Yeah.
But we have looked at a million versions of these same kids.
Yep.
So let's do another list.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it.
So this list is called Best Use of Songs in Any Movie or TV Show.
Ooh, this is deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, this isn't really about The Summer I Turned Pretty. This is about
This is just an indulgent thing.
an indulgent thing. I called it the 5 best song drops in any TV or movie.
I have 7.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Okay, that's not fair.
I know.
Okay, I do that, so I'm going to let you.
That's right.
Do it.
So I'm going to just play a little bit of the song, and then you tell me what movie it's from.
And are you going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or are you going
7 through 1?
Wait, 7?
Yeah.
Oh, you already said that.
You want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay, here we go.
7.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am.
What movie?
I don't remember.
Wow. Reservoir Dogs.
No, see, I don't know that movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number 7.
Okay.
Number 6.
And why is that a good sound drop?
Because of what happens in that scene.
Okay, see, I don't know. So
Somebody
keep going.
loses an ear.
Oh, I've seen that scene. He
Michael-
kind of dances
Michael
around
Madsen,
him. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Easy. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Party
And
time.
That's a
Excellent.
good sound drop because they fought for that song. First of all, the producers wanted to use another one, and it sets the tone for it being funny and also kind of deep.
Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Little shit. Come and get it, pretty girl.
Probably the creepiest scene in movie history.
It's such a great song. But now
It's not a great song.
whenever
It's
anyone,
terrifying.
now it is. Whenever anyone plays it on TikTok, it's always there's something crazy going on.
Happening. All right, you ready for my next one?
Okay.
All right.
She knows. She
I can't believe this was my number one.
I know, it's incredible. So Almost Famous.
Very good. And I wish I had all yours queued up. This is obvious. And when they filmed that scene,
They did not use this song.
they didn't know what song they were gonna get.
You're right.
And what's the movie, sweetie?
Say Anything.
Lloyd Dobler. All right.
All right.
Number two. Here's a song that most defines a band. Like, I can't think of a single other. I know they had other good music, but I can't think of this band without thinking about this song.
Let me take it up a notch. This song defines our generation.
Yes.
It's Gen X.
It was my number one.
Okay.
But I moved it back to number two.
Okay, let's hear it.
I could not have number
I
one.
call foul.
Why?
This is not a song. This is a theme.
Sweetie, it's a song.
We're talking about dropping a song that has nothing to do with the show or movie.
Oh my God, it has everything to show you.
I know, but that was written for Rocky. So I don't think it works.
I don't think you work.
Okay. Are you ready for mine?
I'm ready.
Okay, so mine are a little more, I don't know if I should say obscure, but I tried not to be super obvious.
I was totally obvious.
These are the ones that are most meaningful to me. Okay, so number 5, it's the very last episode of Sex and the City.
Mm-hmm.
It's the closing scene. It's a song called You've Got the Love by Candy Stanton. And I've just never cried so hard at the end of a TV show, and so I just always remembered the song.
You've got the look.
And I have kept this song on many of the playlists.
The reason you cried, sweetie, is because you were losing your friends.
Well, and the song just was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's powerful and strong, but it's got that, like, it's sad at the same time. It was perfect. Okay. Number 4 is from the movie Valley Girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's a montage to Melt With You.
Oh, okay. Melt With You. Is that American English or something like modern English?
Modern English.
Oh, stuff.
And they start it right at the very beginning of the song. So, like, this is the beginning of the montage. Randy. You know what? That was a love triangle too, between the three of them, Deborah Foreman and Nicolas Cage, and then her boyfriend, who was the bad guy, the prom king guy. Okay, so the third one, I'm going to have to set the scene a little bit.
Okay.
So
can you give me the name so I can pull it up? Or is that giving it away and not setting it?
You can, and I'll write it down because I want to set the scene.
Okay, so he's going to write it down for me.
Okay. Okay, that's the song.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason that I chose it is because Todd and I, we watched the movie, or they showed The Americans.
Yeah.
And we worked really hard to watch this show.
Oh, yeah.
It is such a good show. So please don't get me wrong, but it is kind of a labor of love.
Yeah.
You've got to be willing to watch a lot of killing and a lot, I'm sure everybody feels that way when they watch Sopranos and Breaking Bad. But there's this one episode or a few episodes around the main guy, Matthew Rhys, and he is trying to get this girl, the girl who's in Weapons. I can't remember her name. She's also in Ozark, the one with the curly blonde hair.
I know who you're talking about. I got no idea.
She's like a kid in The Americans, but he needs to like seduce her.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives her an album by Yaz called Upstairs at Eric's, which I had when I was young too. It was huge. They're actually called Yazoo in UK, but they're called Yaz here in America. And so they play the song Only You, kind of like that's their song because it's from that album. But then there's this scene where he has to run and he's being chased, and they play this song from this album.
Is this it?
Yes. And it's so such a great song drop, like, because that's what we're talking about, right? Because like you've been kind of, this album means something. It's another song that they've been using, but then when he needs to run, they pull this out.
All right.
It's a good drop.
I believe it. And you are definitely a more introspective on these choices.
Well, I've written them down because I journal things. So I wrote that down a long time ago. I'm like, that was so cool. A fan of Yaz.
These are the types of things that Sweetie journals about.
Okay. The last one, or no, I have two more. The second one is such a good song drop that Todd and I used this song at our wedding.
Oh.
And it's from
The Star Wars theme?
No, we did use that. It's Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh, yeah.
And it was from the movie Cruel Intentions. And it was this great scene at the end where Sarah Jessica Gellar, is that her name? No, not
Sarah
Jessica.
Michelle.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's Sarah Jessica's another Sarah, where she gets totally busted for being an awful person. And then it's all in slow motion. And then Reese Witherspoon drives off with, the guy's car. I can't remember, Sebastian's car.
Wow.
And it's all in slow motion. And they play this song the whole time.
Yeah, there's something special about the song. I can't, and what's good about it is you can't put your finger on it. It's just,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I like this category. I get so deep about it because there are so many good song drops.
Yeah.
But there's some that fit so well that you're like, and then this one is my absolute favorite of all time.
Can't be as good as Rocky, sweetie.
It is from the very beloved movie Twilight.
Uh-huh.
And it is during the baseball scene.
Oh boy.
And it's called Supermassive Black Hole by Muse.
Okay. Let's hear what this song is all about. As soon as my internet kicks in.
The baseball scene. That's all you have to say to Twilight fans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember this scene. It's like cloudy and they're playing baseball and they're
the song went off way too quickly. Thank
Sweetie,
you.
I played for like 2 seconds on my song.
Mine are better. So anyway, those are my best song drops taken from my journal. Are we done?
Yeah, I just wanted to play more Rocky to annoy you, but I'm not going. But I already.
Okay, so we are moving on.
You got to go to yoga soon, by the way.
What time is
It's
it?
11:36.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna skip over a lot of things because I have 14 pages here.
Yikes.
I know. So let's just do a very, very brief, like 3-minute rolling in the deep. Okay, I'm going to mix this with parenting. Todd and I really need to go to yoga. So this is rolling in the deep with parenting. And Todd, if you have anything you want to add, go ahead.
I got nothing.
Okay, some lessons. Let kids grow into themselves.
Yep.
Even if it's uncomfortable for you as a parent. There's a lot of that in this. Laurel doesn't want Belly to get married. Susanna is kind of micromanaging what's going on with Conrad and Jeremiah. There's a lot of like other family members pulling at them, but you've got to let your kids do what they want to do. And I will say that Todd and I just dropped off our daughter at the airport. She's going to South America for 2.5 months. And so that's not easy, right? But our kids need to go do what they need to do. Or give it some claps instead.
Okay.
Because it is sad, but it's also fantastic.
It's happy sad.
It's happy sad. So the next one is the importance of friendship in this show. Friendship, especially in the teenage years and in the 20s, is just as formative as romantic relationships.
Yep.
And I know you would agree because your whole life was your friendships.
For sure.
And for me too, like my family. And then the next one is, as adults, we need to model how to handle change and loss. One of the big themes of this show, The Summer I Turned Pretty, after Susanna dies, people don't do great with their grief, and the adults aren't very helpful to the kids. I mean, I think Laurel's doing her best. That's Belly's mom, but everyone's kind of left to handle their own grief. So we have to do better role modeling it. And then the final one is let kids hold some complexity, just like you just played the, sad and then happy, that some things are good and bad at the same time. Some things are paradoxical. These are things that are we try and like work things out with our kids, like this is the right choice, this is a good thing to do, when really most things in life are going to be kind of messy. Just like loving Jeremiah and Conrad, you know, that is as crazy as that is. And we've got a lot of Belly haters out there. A lot of people don't like Belly and they think she's awful, but that makes sense.
It just seems very real. Belly seems very real.
Do you want the safety of the pool?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Or do you want the mystery of the ocean?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? We all want both. And so, you know, so anyway.
Yeah.
So Todd, we can just move to music game.
Well, I don't have a good answer for music game. I'm feeling bad. I feel like you're going to make fun of my song.
Honey, I promise I won't.
Oh, okay.
You play yours.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play mine. You have my heart and soul. Oh, it's just a little too obvious.
Okay, that's right.
But I don't want it in Spanish. I accidentally pulled it up in Spanish.
Well, maybe that would make it more interesting.
It probably would be.
Sure. You know, they use this in the show.
It does not surprise me.
Yeah. It's when she and Conrad are fighting.
Bono looks so sexy in this video. He's got that hair pulled all the way back, like greased back.
Yeah. This is like Bono's like prime,
No doubt.
good looking years.
Now he looks like a 60-year-old man.
Well, as he
because
should.
he's 60.
He's still beautiful.
Yes, he is. That's what I got.
That is good. And that was you. I'm surprised what we didn't do on this show that I thought we'd do more of is talk about Taylor Swift's music.
Yeah.
Because it's all throughout The Summer I Turned Pretty. As I said, it's used in very obvious ways.
Right.
You know, like the song Red, that's Conrad, right? You know, Daylight is more about Jeremiah, that kind of thing. But I chose a song from the 70s that I used to like when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
Maybe 8.
Okay.
And it's by Mary McGregor and it's called Torn Between Two Lovers.
Oh, that sounds kind of obvious.
Do you remember this song?
Of course.
I know, but the song
No, I know. It's fine.
is old. And I'm kind of pulling from my childhood.
There are times when a woman wants to say what's on her mind.
Belly.
She's got to say what's on her mind.
Does.
So she knows how much it's gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
She tells the whole story.
Say another. Let me tell you. Love you.
I love you.
Let me hold
She's
you
telling her husband.
and say these words as gently as I can. There's been another man that I've needed.
It's getting obvious.
Well, she tells the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we should have the I'm gonna if we
the chorus a little bit.
I'm sorry. I didn't
You don't have to play the whole song, but go to the chorus so people.
you act as if I know where the chorus is.
Okay, I think it's coming.
It's just this empty place.
Here it is.
That only he can feel. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules.
So, thing I love about songs from the 70s, because this was definitely in the 70s, is it's like the Pina Colada song or this song or the Dan Fogelberg song about meeting his girlfriend on New Year's Eve or whatever. They tell you the whole story in the lyrics.
Beginning, middle, and end.
It's so fun.
That's what's great about it.
I know. Or Wildfire. Remember, Michael, that song about the horse
No.
called Wildfire?
No.
Skylar and I love it. It's always on Yacht Rock.
I'm sure you do.
Anyway, so that's my
Will
pick.
you do while I'm pulling up, because there's a song and I can't find it, you wanted me to play on the way out of this?
You know what? I just wanted you to. Oh yeah, there was a song I wanted you to play on the way. Oh, I know. Okay, this is why I want
May
you
the
to play.
bridges I burn light the way.
There is a scene in The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, where Belly is at her bachelorette party. Jeremiah's having his bachelor party, And she kind of comes into this knowledge and starts to understand that Conrad talked her mom into coming to the wedding. And she's starting to realize that Conrad's trying to help her, all these things. And then she's kind of freaked out. So she takes a gummy. So she gets high and she's already been drinking. So she's dancing. And all of a sudden that gummy kicks in and her brain just starts thinking about Conrad. And she's like, oh shit. And she basically says to Taylor, oh my God, all I've ever dreamed about was being with Conrad. So she kind of gives, it kind of gets a little murky.
Yeah.
And so the song that's playing when she's dancing high is a song by Ariana Grande called We Can't Be Friends. So play that on the out. But let me say this, if you're still listening and you watch this show, tomorrow night is the last episode. So Todd and I aren't going to ruin anything, but if you've read the books, you kind of have a gist of what's going to happen. Even though they changed it a little bit. She's in Paris, not in Spain. It's a little more extended version of her story, but enjoy. If you didn't watch it at all, maybe just text your kid and be like, what happened? Or catch me up, or are you excited to watch, or whatever it may be. It's just an opportunity to connect with something in pop culture that your kids enjoy.
And don't forget to sign up for Team Zen. We do Zen Parenting Live. It's a live podcast. We did one last week. It was fun.
Zen Parenting Live.
Kathy's got a book called Restoring Our Girls that you should buy that. And then don't forget to subscribe to her Substack.
Yep.
And all the notes, all those links are in the show notes. Keep trucking.
Be eaten, you cling to your faith. First and then, wait until you like me again.